GPT-3, I've been doing some thinking. What else we got going on today? Warhammer. We'll just pick that up. I figure while
Advanced
we're here,
powered armor and heavily armed warsuits are the
we'll
primary
do one
tools
of
the
them
Imperial
live
Space
stream
Marine,
things of just
of which
going
one of
through
the
there,
heaviest
like, because
varieties
we'll
are
fall into the
Imperials,
black hole of
piloted by
people
members
doing
of the chapter's
reviews
assault
of
or
people
Devastator
doing things,
companies
and I'm
deployed
sure I'm
as
going to hit
line
some
breakers.
Joe
Centurion
Rogan in
warsuits are
here in a
composed of
minute,
a self-supporting
which will be fun.
exoskeleton and,
It'll be
unlike
fun.
Terminator armor, does not
You
interface
just
with
stay
the
right
control
there, big
system
guy.
that the Astartes possess to control their battlefield. This,
So, and
combined with
Elon,
Centurion's
some neural
ponderous
net
bulk, made
dealing
them
with
slow and
GPT-3
deliberate on
here.
the battlefield. However,
Ancient
extremely advanced armored
civilizations,
advanced
future
forces, the platform
civilizations,
more
it's
than
all
make up
gray
for its
alien launch
efficiency.
line,
So
you have
sophisticated
standard
are these
models,
systems that
and
legends
I've never
abound
done
of
D&T,
Centurion
but
warsuits
I've
continuing to
certainly
operate even
been
after
in the
the
stone mill
investigation
before cutting
provided.
rocks,
On
so
the
it's a
tabletop,
trip.
Centurions represent
It's all
the
got
most
some charm,
heavily
really.
armored infantry in Warhammer
Yeah,
40,000,
this
able to
dreadnought right
equip
there.
a dizzying variety of weaponry in either assault or defensive
Anyways,
form. These weapons are enhanced by the unit's omni specs,
the
allowing units to breach enemy
philosophy
defenses
that I
by
pick up
ignoring their
while
cover. Let me know
ripping
down in the
this,
comments
seeing
whether
that this
you'd
is our
rather
review,
pilot an assault or
doing,
devastating
I said
Centurion.
Elon, we
Follow
said
tactical
Joe
directions for more
Rogan,
possible.
there's obviously
Advanced powered
Stonecutter's
armored and heavily
technique,
armed
Iron
warsuits are
Man,
the
Stone
primary
Man,
tools of the
Gold
Imperial
Person
Space
over there,
Marines, of which
whatever,
one
it's
of the
triple
heaviest
point of
varieties
triangular,
are
everything is
Centurions,
triangles.
piloted by members of a chapter's assault or Devastator
The crawler
companies
move,
deployed as
doing
line
stuff,
breakers. Centurion
if we
warsuits
go
are
to
composed
it
of a
and think
self-supporting
about,
Like that woman Barbara Ferrer, the
alright,
woman who
well,
was
maybe not that one.
First
Yeah,
of all,
here we
let's
go.
take the Neanderthals.
Okay.
For a long time, it was held that the Neanderthals were
So
stupid,
that's where
primitive
that
humans,
is on the
shambling,
timeline.
lacking
What
symbolism.
is
Turns out that that's not
somebody
true at
hitting the
all.
Jacobian
latest
matrix on
scientific
optics with
evidence on the
GPT-3?
Neanderthals
I want
is
you
that
to
they
think
were
about,
symbolic creatures,
well,
that they did do harm, that
we're
they
doing
were, in
some
every sense,
map work
human,
here
and they were
in
in every sense
general,
human because
let's say.
anatomically modern humans interbred
And if
with
that's what's in your bag
Neanderthals.
of
You can't
holding,
interbreed with
I
another
mean,
species.
that's what's kind of
Really
going to be
were,
there for it. So you go through
human
case
beings,
studies
but
like
they
Joe
looked rather
Rogan's
different
or
from us, and
Elon's
that's why
bases.
certain
I mean, how much
populations in the
does
world today
a
still have
Gigafactory
3 to
weigh?
5%
Honestly,
of
you'd have to
Neanderthal,
ask Neil deGrasse
DNA.
Tyson or one of the guys.
First of all, let's take the
75
Neanderthals.
SUVs, right, in the King's
For a long
Chamber.
time, it was held that the Neanderthals.
I would refer to myself
If you're putting that many people together,
I would refer to myself as a slut. You know, I went through a
okay, let's just keep
excavated
that
out
moving.
of the ground in various other places
If you get that many people together, 75 SUVs worth, you're probably going to do pretty good. That's a stone. Cut that out. There's quarry. To do this with Bluestone today, regardless, and we're thinking about iron deposits in Egypt by what's left of the machinery over 5,000 years. An old Ford in the backyard, unless it's in some cave that the government didn't get a hold of because they let Charlie Manson out. What do you want me to...
You know what's incredible? How much burns off energy is playing chess.
Yeah.
They did these.
Monster.
They had these world-class chess players in these world championship events, and they found that they were burning thousands of calories just sitting there playing chess because they were all losing weight, and they're trying to figure out why are these guys losing weight. Like what's
Well,
happening?
that's a
over the
neat little
course of
theory,
this
thinking
tournament?
about looking at the
You know,
computer.
of a
Just
couple
sitting
of-
there.
But their brain
For me,
is
it's 10 to the
firing at
120th.
6,000
That's a lot of
calories.
burn.
Figured this
And
out
if you
fairly
turned off,
recently.
like if you take down the serotonin dip for a little bit, like because I quit CNBC for a little bit the last 2 weeks, I just took it off, dropped it. The first day, I would definitely withdraw it. And so right now I had to pick it up on fishing, fly fishing, take it down by writing a couple of pages in a book that were heavy duty wave function theses on standard model pay, breaking down the FX function of the Dominion. And again, well, if it's the devil's advocate and you're a lawyer, you're probably going to think you're going to hell. The other one's going to be like, look, Bones, you're going to need to...
The scene said it was 1/8 of a page, and it said Costello executes man kneeling in the marshes.
There was a Spanish explorer who went down the Amazon River system in 1541 to 1542.
That's a good
He was
one.
the first European to
We get
cross
this
the
guy a
entire
lot,
length of
that
South
one a lot.
America.
My
He
setup
reported seeing
is FX.
incredible
I don't
cities,
know
advanced arts and
if
crafts,
this taking
millions
on
of people, a
TikTok
thriving
is
culture.
a good thing
And
for the
100 years
government or
later,
not.
other
And we'll
Europeans
get into
looked
that
at
in a
the Amazon.
minute
They couldn't
because
find
those
these.
civilizations
So they said, oh, Francisco Orellana, that was his
maybe
name.
would have a
People,
problem if
just
they're
a-
not all
just a
thinking the
fantasy.
same way.
And then in the
It
last decade, as the cliffs of the Amazon have
is yes
begun to
and
see
no,
traces of
but
this.
on the other side of
What
that, stay out of other
happened
people's
was that the
backyard
Spaniards
because you don't need to
brought
give everybody
smallpox
syphilis
into the
and,
Amazon.
you know,
Smallpox
bang the Dairy Queen.
devastated the local population
Yeah,
because
of
there
course.
was no immunity to it. There was a massive die-off.
Nothing.
The
They didn't
cities
know
were
nothing about the
deserted.
guns or the
Within
cultures.
50 years, they were
When what the
completely
minigun
overgrown
comes
by
out
the jungle,
last,
and that's why
Samurai,
they were not
right?
seen
I mean,
by
come
the
on, you
explorers
tell me
who came
that's
in 100
not
years later.
moderned
But now
up
the
with
jungle's
what we
being
know in the
cleared. Those
optics
cities are
section.
emerging.
Click
We
the
can say
button,
that,
open up
a
Jacobian
city like
Matrix.
London, which
Oh,
had a population
it
of
was
roughly
one of those
50,000
standard
in
models in the
16th century.
3D
There were cities of that
MT
size
trip,
all over
maybe.
the Amazon.
I mean,
There was
how
a
that
Spanish
hit you?
explorer who went went down.
And what is the significance of Serpent Mound?
The first and
Keep getting
foremost
older.
thing is it's an incredible, beautiful, amazing song. Secondly, there are indications that it's much older than it's supposed to be, and that is particularly to do with the way that the jaws of the serpent line up to the setting sun, and because the changing
Well,
positions
that's
of
a pretty
the
good
sun
one.
due to changes in
Certainly.
the Earth's
So
motion.
this is it here?
That's it there. We're looking at the head of the serpent.
I guess I gotta be like
Right
Round
at the
Skull
setting
Mountain
sun,
to,
and
to
this
really tell you
alignment was
topology. Start
perfect
digging a pottery
about
on you.
12,500 years ago. It's slightly off today, and that's because of changes in the rising point of the sun over thousands of
Some of them hit Shapiro with one of them about some military numbers, right? It's like, what do you think about these missiles? You can take a hard right in the middle of it. You can't stop anything with the. Oh,
Your wallet's right here.
$10, huh?
The reason why a man doesn't automatically stop what he's doing to pay attention to
Go on.
you is because you're interrupting the hunt.
Oh, and by the way, there's all this talk stateside in America.
The Silverback versus Grizzly.
Yeah,
You said
because
Grizzly.
usually it would be like Fermilab team. If it was CNBC, you got to stay on top of those. Those are active predictability. You can get a grape pretty good, but on the other end of that husbandry, do all the animals in the zoo get it, right? Because I mean, at a certain one point in there, I think Joe Rogan did say something about chimps being really keen about fair. I mean, think about that. Well, the church doesn't give a shit after a while, and neither does anything else if you're not in on the herd. You are the enemy. You're gonna wind up jackling with a tiger, right? That thing in the room, we found under the MRI about the ascent and.
I literally think of a silk.
This right here was some of the best kettle corn I've ever had in my life. This guy was
I'm
making
tired.
this at the home.
The statue is famous for something very
My
interesting.
brother.
It has
Swing his
no
pipe.
human errors at all. If you draw a line in the middle, it is perfectly symmetric throughout the entire height of 57 feet.
Brother's
Is
good.
such a symmetry possible?
Russia and Alaska are very close to each other. That fact was proven.
Short-faced bears.
There's more tigers in captivity in Texas in private collections than there are in all of the wild of the world.
Well, we got a lot of people.
Just
Rome's
And
you
that's like
feed
you
them to
guys'
them.
living rooms in, a cage.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Feed him a steak.
What is hiding beneath Mount Shasta? In
I think I've made my point clear here. Let's pull out of the crack twick chair and just go back through my new systems. I mean, sure, you just want a solid hit, you just turn up in here and try to go at it. Where's yours in the stone mill? Go round robins through the short clips this way. It's not the same thing. If you get a different type of phone, like this version of it, I like this version of it. I don't necessarily like doing that on my cell phone. Right, it's the wrong feel. It doesn't do it just right. So you got to set up the equipment, the gear, super determinism on the Lagrangian or whatever we got here. That actually might be the Lagrangian. I know Ricci's and tensors. If Sigma's involved, I'm gonna watch my step. All right. Let's catch you on the next one.